You're listening to the AstroMommy Newsletter read-aloud version of my daily horoscope published on Substack. If you would like to read this, please click on the link in the description box below. Without further ado, here is the daily horoscope. Moon moves into Sagittarius and the Queen of Cups. Laugh and love your way through the chaos. Daily horoscope for Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Welcome to the AstroMommy Newsletter, a daily horoscope that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. The AstroMommy Newsletter is a reader-supported publication, meaning it only exists thanks to the generous support of lovely people just like you. The two best ways you can support my work are to share this newsletter with a friend and to consider upgrading to a paid subscription. Whether you're a first-time reader or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in my community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. Blessings. Good morning, friends. We are back to writing every day. Did you miss me? So here is a rundown of all the astrology services that I am currently offering. A natal chart reading. This is where we will take a deep dive into your birth chart, exploring what the stars have to say about your life and your psychology. A solar return chart reading. This is where we take a look at the chart of this year's birthday, the day when the sun returns back to the same degree that it was when you were born. This chart can tell us a lot about what is in store for you in the upcoming year. This reading is usually done around or on your birthday, but it can be done at any time. In order for me to read this chart for you, you must have already had a natal chart reading with me. And that is why I have a new client 2 reading special, where you get these 2 chart readings, a natal and a solar return, for a discounted price when you purchase them together. What I like to do is to read your natal chart first, and then about a week or so later, read your solar return for the current year. The solar return changes every year, so it's a good idea to have your chart read annually around your birthday so you can prepare for the year ahead. Both the natal and solar return readings can be done via Zoom or over the phone, and each take about 60 minutes. I also offer a Horary chart reading at a super beginner discount, kind of like going to a beauty school and having a student cut your hair. This type of astrology chart is to answer a specific outcome-based question, like, will I get the job? Or how does so-and-so feel about me? Or will my missing cat come home? Or where are my shorts? It's a really interesting form of divination that I have fallen in love with. I'm not always right, but the chart is, hence the student price. If you're interested in booking one of these readings or purchasing a gift certificate for a friend, click on the Book a Reading link at the bottom of the newsletter to be redirected to my booking site. If you don't find a time on my automatic scheduler that works for you, please send me an email and we'll figure out a time for your session. Just so you know, the Horary reading is done a little bit differently than a natal or solar return reading, in that after you book the Horary reading via my booking website and we have scheduled a time to meet via Zoom or over the phone to discuss the chart, the Horary question needs to be submitted by email at least 24 hours before our scheduled meeting time. That way, I have time to study the chart beforehand. Then we can discuss it via Zoom or phone. If you'd prefer to do the whole thing by email, just let me know when you book the reading. If you have any comments or questions, you can reply to this newsletter or send me a private email to astromommyastrology@gmail.com. Okay, now let's get into the astrology. For most of Friday, the moon will be in the last decan of Scorpio, making a sextile to Pluto and Capricorn, a square to Venus and Leo, and a trine to Neptune and Pisces. Then she will ingress into Sagittarius at 6:39 p.m. Eastern Time. This could feel emotionally intense, but in a good way, like an intense kiss or an intense spiritual experience. Intense is the word I would use to describe the moon in Scorpio. Once in Sagittarius, the energy will lighten up and become more and more jovial as the night goes on. Comic relief comes to mind, so indulge in that. Watch a comedy, play a Mad Lib, or some charades. Get the giggle juice going and have some fun laughing. I know what I'm going to be doing, playing Super Mario Brothers with my son. We had a roaring good time last time we played, remember? Venus and Leo will be perfecting the quincunx to Pluto, finishing the fated yawd we've been experiencing for the last few days between Venus, Pluto, and Neptune. Another intense transit. There could be something you've been obsessing over in your relationships, things you value, or your finances that must change and transform in some way. There's a divine element to it, or the feeling like the change is meant to be. Surrender and let go of the need to control the outcome about whatever it is. Mercury in Libra is making an opposition to Jupiter in Aries. This polarity brings up the need for balance between independence versus dependence, between being diplomatic and righteous modest versus arrogant, etc. People could be feeling very confident and opinionated. Some could even seem overstimulated in some way. With the trine from Mars supporting Mercury, this could result in people feeling like they have the go-ahead to talk about whatever is on their minds, and they may forget to use tact. There could also be a great deal of mental energy and drive towards learning, traveling, or publishing written works. I'm getting the image of a band of body centaurs drinking and making merry, but getting a little bit too overconfident with their speech and rubbing some people the wrong way. Use the Mercury and Libra, trine Mars and Gemini energy wisely with these rowdy folk and walk away. No need to get into it with a bunch of intoxicated zealots. Let's pick a card. 3 cards literally fell out as I was shuffling, so please take a look at the pictures that I have provided in the newsletter or in the YouTube video so that you can see what the cards look like, because there are several. The first card was 4, the Emperor, reversed. The second card is 10, Wheel of Fortune, reversed. And the third card is Queen of Cups, upright. Wow. Again, we got the Emperor, and in the reverse position, just like yesterday. And this is even a different deck. So we are feeling debilitated in some way, in a state of chaos, powerlessness, or fear. We feel as if the wheel is turning, but not in our favor, and we need to use our intuition to know what to do or which way to go. Let's find out what this is about. 2 of Swords, reversed. Usually this card is about needing to make a decision, but we are blindfolded and cannot see which way to strike our sword. In the reverse position, I feel that it is saying we are feeling overwhelmed by the necessity of having to make a choice of some kind. What is the outcome? 9, the Hermit, reversed. Don't be a hermit. Don't shut yourself away from society. With isolation, depression will follow. Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit more. I'm kind of blown away by all the major arcana cards in this reading. This is representing some big choices and changes that are taking place in the collective, and people feeling alone and isolated and in a state of unknowing or chaos, which is making people feel powerless and fearful. The only card that is upright in this reading is the Queen of Cups, so I think that is the biggest message here. We need to stay emotionally strong and use our intuitive gifts to make it through whatever chaos is happening in our lives. Our intuition is our main tool to make it through. The Queen of Cups also represents water sign people in your life, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and I think with the other cards, it indicates that you can lean on them during this emotional time. Stay creative, stay in tune with your intuition, and connect with those water sign people that you know, who can understand and have compassion for what you're going through. I wish you all the best, and of course, I would love to hear your thoughts about today's horoscope and card reading, so please leave a comment. I hope this is helpful. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy.
Today's horoscope was brought to you by the moon at the end of Scorpio going into Sagittarius, Venus in a quincunx to Pluto, and Mercury in an opposition to Jupiter. You can find links to all the things at the bottom of the newsletter, including resources. Thanks so much. Have a great day.